Yo, what is going on, everybody? It is TNF Jambit. Now, that name probably sounds different to a lot of you, and that is because I switched my name. It used to be the NFL Fanatic. I still have that TNF in my name. That stands for the NFL Fanatic. And then I have Jambit in there. Just sounds more practical. That was the name of my last channel. So I think it just makes more sense because I might want to do some like NBA stuff or like some other things besides the NFL. And I think that'll make more sense down the line because football season does not last forever, but this channel will, for at least the time, be mainly football. So yeah, thank you guys. Just a quick announcement there. But thank you guys for all the love and support on the last video. It did very well. If you guys want a little bit of, if you guys haven't seen the first video anyway, if you want to know what the rules are for this series, go ahead and check it out. It's on my channel. But I'm going to go over them quickly right now, just really quickly. This is a 10-team snake draft, so it goes 1 through 10. And then 10 through 1, like reverse order, and then it goes 1 through 10 again, and you guys know what I mean. It just keeps going like that. And this is also points per reception, so every time someone catches the ball, that's 1 point added to the total score. So keep that in mind for the draft, and without further ado, let's get into my team's first pick. Okay, so quickly, I just want to tell you guys that this video is not going to be as long as the last one. I know the last one was 15 minutes, and that's kind of long, but I had to do the intro, and I wanted to make sure I was getting everything in there. This time I'm going to go a little bit faster, just so if somebody needs to watch this last minute before a draft, they can. So with the number 2 pick, there's really no debate here. Same like the first pick. Saquon Barkley is the safest bet. McCaffrey, maybe 1 in like 30 times, will fall to the second pick. In that case, definitely pick him. But Barkley is always going to be your second choice. Saquon Barkley is just a great running back. I think he's going to have a great year. He had a small injury last year, so he's out for a few games. So he did not put up as many fantasy points, but I think this year he's going to do very well. So next pick. Okay, so again, I decided to pick 2 running backs first, like I did in my last video. This time I got Kenyon Drake as my second pick. Kenyon Drake's a really good running back. I think he's a little bit underrated because he has Kyler Murray, and obviously Kyler Murray likes to run the ball a lot. But I do think Kyler Murray, especially coming into the second year in the NFL, he's going to be more comfortable, and he's going to use more of his options and give the ball to his running back more. So I think Kenyon Drake is a great pick. Okay, so with my third pick, I decided to go with Travis Kelce. I mean, I did not expect him to fall to me, and he did. So yeah, I definitely was going to pick Travis Kelce, and if he did get picked, I was probably going to pick George Kittle. I have no problem drafting a tight end in the 3rd round because there's a lot of good receivers that can go like right after this, like 4th, 5th, and then 6th if you want. So Travis Kelce, obvious choice. Obviously, there are a lot of targets on the Chiefs, like Tyreek Hill, Sammy Watkins, Travis Kelce. You know, good receivers, but they are the best quarterback in the league, Patrick Mahomes. And Travis Kelce is going to get a lot of receptions. So yeah, he's a great pick. Okay, so next up, you can see I drafted 3 receivers in a row because I waited to the 4th round to get one. So I grabbed Courtland Sutton with my 39th pick overall, then the 42nd pick overall. I get Tyler Lockett, and then I get Terry McLaurin there on the 59th pick. You know, not much to say about all of them. I think they're all great. They're obviously all splitting receiving time. But Courtland Sutton, I think since Emmanuel Sanders is gone, I think he's going to get a lot more receptions. Even though Denver obviously drafted a rookie receiver, but I do think he's going to get most of the receptions this year. Tyler Lockett, obviously, him and DK Metcalf both going to get receptions, but I like Tyler Lockett. And same thing with Terry McLaurin. I drafted him last time. I think he's very good. I think he just doesn't have the best quarterback. But yeah, I have no problem. All these 3 receivers are great. And all right, let's get on to the next pick. Okay, so with the 62nd pick overall, we have another returning pick, Cam Akers, the rookie going to the Rams. I like Cam Akers. Same thing I said in the last video. I think he's really good. I like drafting rookies around this time in the draft, the mid-ish part in the draft, because you never know when a rookie's going to have a breakout year. And I thought he was good for my first backup running back, so let's get into the next pick. Okay, so back-to-back returning picks in this draft. We got Tom Brady. I talked a lot about Tom Brady in the last video, and I said I was going to be picking him a lot in these drafts. Tom Brady, I think, is very underrated this year, because in fantasy anyway, because he can usually go to the 9th round, and he has so many targets. Talked about Chris Godwin, Mike Evans, 2 of the best receivers in the league, and he has that team chemistry with Gronk. So yeah, I think Tom Brady is very good for fantasy this year. And next pick. Okay, so for my first backup wide receiver slash flex, wherever he goes in, we got Marvin Jones Jr. I like Marvin Jones Jr. He's a very good receiver. The only thing really going against him is that Kenny Galladay is going to be getting most of the catches on that team. But Marvin Jones Jr. is a great second receiver for the Lions, and I think he fits perfectly for a backup receiver. Okay, so next up we got James White. Now, I made this pick before Cam Newton went to the Patriots, and I'm going to be 100% honest. If I knew that Cam Newton would have gone to the Patriots, I wouldn't have picked James White, just because I think Cam's going to be running the ball himself a lot this year. But, James White's never bad to have as a backup running back. I think he's my fourth running back, so I regret picking him, but it's not a huge mistake. Okay, so for my backup tight end, I decided to grab Jared Cook. Jared Cook, I mean, the Saints have a lot of targets like Emmanuel Sanders, Michael Thomas, and not to mention they have one of the best running backs in the league in Kamara. But, I mean, for a backup tight end, it's not bad. I plan on using Kelsey almost every week. I mean, the only time Jared Cook would ever start on this team would be during Travis Kelsey's bye week. So, yeah, not too much to say here, just a solid backup tight end. For my backup quarterback, I went with Daniel Jones. I really like Daniel Jones. He's coming into his second year in the league. I think he'll be more comfortable with the football. So yeah, I mean, I plan on using Tom Brady almost every week, but if he's ever up against a good defense, I could put Daniel Jones in there too. Daniel Jones could definitely have a breakout year this year, so I'm glad I picked him as my backup quarterback. Okay, so next up we have Robbie Anderson. Obviously, you guys know from the last video, I'm a Panthers fan, but I do believe that Robbie Anderson was the best pick at this time in the draft. Robbie Anderson is super good, he's super fast, and I think he would have been a huge threat last year if he had a better quarterback, and now he does in Teddy Bridgewater, in my opinion. Robbie Anderson is great. I could definitely see myself putting him, if this was a real team, obviously, but I could definitely see me putting him in at flex. Okay, so ending off the draft, not a lot to explain here. Patriots and Bills defense, with these early picks, you usually get your selection of any defenses you want. So the only defense taken before me was, I believe, the Steelers defense. So yeah, I just picked the Patriots and Bills defense, two very good defenses, and then you can grab whatever kicker you want. Okay, guys, so that is going to be it for this mock draft. If you guys did enjoy, be sure to hit the like button down below. Subscribe if you are new, so that you can see next week's video, which is going to be the third overall pick. Here's a little preview of the thumbnail right there, so you can see who I'm picking. I'm picking Ezekiel Elliott for my third overall pick, but I will talk more about that draft, all of it, next week. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.